Hello everybody and welcome to my channel where I do technical analysis on the stock market to show you levels that I think are important and that you should be looking at to protect your finances to secure your future. Alright, today I am going to be doing stock picks. I have 13 stocks here for you guys to look at, all different setups and views on them all. They're all opinion based. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just going to show you the good things that I see them and what I think I should do or you should do to take action to profit from it. Alright, let's just start off real quick. None of these are in order, in any particular order, that is. And I'm not a stock market brokerage advisor or whatever that is, So take it as you will. You should be charting any of these yourself if you find them interesting, and then go opinionated upon what you see. Okay? Alright, first thing I'm going to do is, this is Smith & Wesson. And again, this is just a long-term view of it real quick. This is a downtrend ever since late July. It caught its peak and then it caught its bottom in March of 2020. Funny, right? Just so happened to bounce back up. But what I am seeing, and not really trying to catch a major gain off of it, but what I see from this reversal from the upside that it had, we have really just a nice trend line going up. One thing I want to point out for long term is a negative divergence. Doesn't mean at all that we can't just keep going up. You can burn through it. It's absolutely possible. But let's get closer in on a 1 hour. Show you this going all the way down real quick. It's a very valid trend line in my opinion. Lots of tags on it, even all the way down. But coming down here, we caught a high, which if you in the daily, people would have been looking at this as a divergent high, so they sold it down back to the trend line, and this would have been the first time that they broke it. And this whole time, all of this, in my opinion, was a good time to buy. This blue line is what I was looking at the whole time, watching it bounce off back and forth, and then it popped above it. It back tested it, tried to fake out, and then it's back above it. But this is just the main trend line of what you need to keep your eye on. The 50 moving average right here is sloping up this way. So once it crosses the 100, that'll be bullish. And when and if it crosses the 200, that will be even more bullish. This is just an hourly chart. If the 50 crosses the 100, that's going to give it all the move up to 1850, up to the 200, and then once it keeps the 20s right here, once it keeps going, it'll just keep going over there. But I was watching this again from around here, and I wanted to ride it up to the 100. I rode it up, and of course it cracked right to the support line, kind of dipped below it, but then took off right from it. So I really see it. This is kind of turn it down. Watch it tomorrow when it opens. But I see it headed up towards this 1850. If we look on a smaller time frame, this was that divergent high, and then the fall down to the trend line, zigzag, the pop up, the recovery, the fake out, the confirmation. And all this is doing is having your 50, your 20, and your 100 crossing above the 200, which is bullish. I was looking at this down here as coming up to tag the 200. Well, now that we've done that, we could still pop up. Looking on the larger time frame, up to this 1850. I can't necessarily say that we're going to go higher than that, but I don't see why. Why not? This is our trend line, and all we got to do is keep grinding up, even for a gain if you want a long term hold it. But there's your 1850, even at the 20 moving average. That would be a buy today, or tomorrow, or even a day trade if that's what you guys fancy. But that is just one Smith & Wesson I wanted to put on there. Let me get to the next one. All right. The next one we have is ticker symbol PLTR. PLTR. Sure you guys have heard at least something about this one. The last couple days have been an up and down for it. The trend line I have for it is the white one right here, and this is your big green breakout. Big green breakout, lots of volume for confirmation, so it wasn't just a fake out breakout. This bottom white line is the trend, really right there. Like, it could have coiled in here for a day or two more, but that's where it decided to break out. And this is kind of about where I expect it to back test. If that makes sense. Let's look at it hourly closely so I can explain this. Here is the hourly. From our breakout, we found our high, we came down on a trend, and then we just caught our 100, and this day was an up day, and today was an up day, which was really a gap and crap. But that's just from everybody really piling back in after they see these. But let's watch these. On an hourly, all we're doing is hovering around our 10, which is it's a 9 right now, but our 10 moving average. If we break our 10, we're going to go down to our 20 and then our 50. Make sure we watch this 50, because if it keeps turning down, we will just again back test like I suspect. But what I notice is the 50 right here is going to cross this 100. That's why we are up here. Can't really remember why I brought you with this one, guys. I think it's just because everybody was talking about it. But we have plenty of other ones. Not that this one isn't a bad one, you guys. Price is going up and momentum is going up. Just because there's a gap and it's going down. What I want to watch is this. A back test of this trend line right here would be a buy for me. Because if it comes down, it could move that in a day or two, the way that these are moving. But that is just one thing I have for you guys. Let's get to the next one. The ticker symbol TER, Teradyne. These are the trend lines I have since the March lows. And this was about the time where just the whole market fell on its face. Everything went down. I could be showing you a lot of them, but a lot of them are really burnt up right now. Just that day, everything was a buy the dip market at that point. But here we are. We really caught support on this bottom trend line, and I think this one has a little bit more to go. Our 50 right here is still slanting upwards. We just crossed it. Well, the 10 just crossed it. Or is that the 5? The 5 is pink, and the 10 is yellow. I just changed the colors. Alright, the 10 is down here with the 50, but the 20 is up here. What I wanted to show you was a ride really from the bottom. This was your bottom on the first. That's when it caught a bottom, and it's really been riding up ever since. Just on an hourly, our 50 is sloping up to crossover our 50 and a 200 moving average. Sorry, I couldn't think of what I wanted to say there. But I had this yellow line in place for that 100. Not that this one is done ripping by any means, because when this 10, this 20, and this 50 just keep ripping above this 200, it's going to drag this 100 right up along with it. And we could even possibly go up to retest this trend line all the way up here around 146. As of right now, we are on gap fill of 2. Today would have been a gap fill. And, you know, we have, yes, we're a little overextended, not necessarily a divergent high. All these new highs are maintaining momentum, haven't broken yet. So this is on a 30. You could watch this. A break of the 10, break of the 20 could bring us down. Just one I wanted to bring you sooner, but I had a lot of things come up the last couple days. And let's get to the next one. Ticker symbol SPOT, Spotify. This one's really all over the place with charts, even with logarithmic. Don't do it. Log graphing. I can't say it, but this is a trend line we have. Lots of reactions on it. We broke it, recovered, and what I'm seeing, this is an hourly. The 10, the 20, the 50, and the 100 and 200 right here are just playing with each other. So today we come up, or tomorrow we come up 328. That would set us up in motion all the way just for a back test, in my opinion, at 344. Even from here, I fully believe that'll happen, somewhere around 6%. And even up from there. Let me get back to this log one. Logarithmic scaling, a lot of industries do that one. A lot of the bigger companies and industries go by this one. This was the log scaling line that I had on it. All the moving averages are the same, but the only thing that this one did was just completely bounced off of it. It used it as a bottom, just like everyone else. It said, bing. So we get above this 200, and sky's the limit on this one. I got high hopes in this one. I heard, look, Kathy Woods has a big size position in this one. Here, right here on the daily, right almost where it bounced off 2 days before. They would have just put their order in right there. If you guys, you can watch this all by yourself. And this is just an easy trend line. You could have watched it go down. You could have had your money in there, losing it. But as soon as you saw it go up from that point and not come back down, got to know you're doing something right at some point, okay? Let's move on. Ticker symbol SNO. This is really a new one, a momentum stock. It went up, it came down, broke out from its trend line. It's back to consolidating. It broke down, and here we are back to consolidating. This white line is really the trend that we have been consolidating on. This was our second breakout, this gray line right here. This gray line was our second breakout. We broke out, and then we shot up to the moon, found our high, and then we've just been really doing this ever since. Okay, well, here's our trend line down. Our 50 is right here, our 200 and our 100. What has bullish momentum or a safety net would be right here at 290. The 100 crossing the 200 would be bullish. I think we're going to ride this down further to catch support along this 50 and then bounce from there. I don't see this one dropping anymore at all. Had bullish and bearish divergence in this high. If anyone would have been in that, you would have seen that and sold, caught your profits, and now you're looking into a better buy opportunity. I think a good buy opportunity is anywhere from, like I said, 291 to 296. Come here and tag this. It's only going to go up from here. This is just on a 30-minute time frame. We go up right here. They're really playing with each other. Like I said, we could come down. I don't see us going below that. That would just set us up further for an even farther jump. Earnings coming up, it's a month away. We still got plenty of times. Our 100-day moving average, this little bubble right here, or this little line, dot, whatever you want to call it, just showed up on a daily. So we got movement to the upside on a daily, finding a cap at the 50, but the 50 is moving up. So when that one cools off, maybe find the support levels, the buy levels I showed you. Those would be another good opportunity. This is ticker symbol low. Let me try to go through these a little faster. Really? People won't leave me alone. All right. What I saw in this one, from its really major ramp up, even on, this is log scaling, even on log scaling, like I said, it doesn't really have anything to follow except it broke and it caught a level, it broke and it caught a level, it broke and it caught a level. Except this white line, I think, is one horizontal trend line that I have. And this gray line and this white line would be long terms. Right here on a daily, today I was watching it play with this top gray line. And one important thing I wanted to show you all the way down in the 1 minute. This top gray line right here, it was just playing with it kind of all day. Up and down. But do you see the volume that picked up at the very last minute? And I want to go to a 5 minute because I want to show you, it just so happened to be at the last 5 minutes. Okay, well, the last 5 minutes of this one was all of the volume, the last 5 minutes of this one was all the volume, and so on and so on. This is all of your industry money, your corporations, if you will. I can't really think of the exact word right now. It's always on the tip of my tongue when I need it, but it's never there. But they just keep pushing this thing up. So we can validate this gray line right here. I want to validate this gray line as definitely support. So if it breaks up from here, it may come down and back test. But I see them buying this up. I see them buying this stock up at least into a new high, which I absolutely could hit tomorrow. But all the volume is there. It's just confirmation to even go back up to test this old trend. And again, just another, not necessarily a long position, but you can get a few percentages off that. I mean, I could have yesterday, if I had just bought it, watching, playing it around that trend line. I was waiting for the last 5 minutes so I could see which way the volume popped the price. whether they were going to sell their shares at that trend line or if they were going to buy more and break above it. I didn't take a position in it because I have a handful of others right now, but I really want to see further tomorrow what they do with it. Will they keep it above it and go, or they would keep it above it, come down, back test, and then validate that and keep on going, break it below it, possible short position, opportunities all over the board. Even in a bull market, you can catch short opportunities. Okay, actually this is case point in one. Ticker symbol COST, Costco. And I actually shorted this one right about, not exactly at the top, it was like 88.37. But, hold on. Where are my trend lines? I think I had this in log scaling. If I go back like this, this is what I seen. I just seen a divergent high. And I didn't necessarily short the divergent high. I also saw moving averages and everything on shorter time frames heading towards the downside. But here we go, coming in to test this trend line. After that high, we came down, we even gapped down, filled the gap, and now here we are catching a bottom. And I believe we caught an hourly divergence right here in this one. So this one could even be a good trade, even up to, gaps aren't necessarily spots that have to be tagged again, but they're spots that a lot of people are looking at. So an hourly divergence up here, up to here could be 5%, cover short, just a little early of the gap. Or you could cover right it to all-time highs. I see, if we zoom in on the moving average, or on that close-up action, Jesus, I'm just gonna keep it to the point. Right here, this is an hourly, the 10, the 20, they broke the 50, they're breaking the 100, and they're still slanting and sloping up, aiming toward this 200. So 363, I would even buy it right now and ride it to 363. And that's on an hourly. One thing I don't like is the 50 crossing over the 100, but once it crosses, I think that's why we were already down here. Everyone's seen that it was headed towards it, now we're already here. Well, now we're riding at the 20. Let's see an up day tomorrow. Watch these turn up, and this might not even cross over and just be a bounce. That's 367. Possible, right? Just another one I've seen throughout the day. Was trying to throw it out here earlier to this trend. I just see momentum moving up. One thing I want to see is them keep this trend line and not break it. This white trend line was the non log scaling, and it still has a way to go. This is the daily. Again, the 50 could come down, we could tag it to 200, but we also, looks like we got a slight daily divergence too. That's where we're getting this up deep. Alright, moving on. Ticker symbol Dollar General, DG. Let me show you the really big picture time frame on this one. Okay, sorry about that. Ticker symbol DG, Dollar General. Bigger picture, I'll show you guys these white lines. going all the way up. We kind of busted through that one, the blow off the top maneuver, and we have just failed since. This blue line is the top of the trend that I've really seen us failing, and kind of a bullish wedge, right? We should have popped, but we broke. And this is a horizontal line that I have after really all these trend lines that they found as support was really this cluster of tops and a couple bottoms right here. We found support right here all the way down, and then we're kind of catching a bid, kind of catching on our way up. Don't see it in the daily, but the hourly, you have, ever since this white trend line, you have a bullish divergence. You have all this volume right here ever since this 198, 66, right where it's at right now. Okay, and this is on the hourly. The 20 is just now passing through the 50, the 10, the 20. They're coming up to this 100 at 255. And I think we're coming in right here for a back test. Just this one of these white trend lines I have right here. This blue line is a horizontal at 206. That's a 4% gain. Up somewhere around there. It could absolutely come up and back test even the top of the trend line that it was following in the first place. That's a 7%, and even go up from there. This was probably just another collaboration of the fall off the face from the S&P, and here we are. Feel like everything has caught a bottom, and it's just everything goes up. Stocks only go up. That's what they've showed you for the last 6 days. All right, next is ticker symbol F, Ford. We've been watching this one. These are the blue trend lines are the ones I got for it. On the current trend up since the March lows. If we zoom in closer, this white line and this white line are horizontal lines that I have from a monthly chart, I believe. Just to show you real quick, lots of tags right here, lots of tags right here, and ever since the top, we've kind of made our way all the way through all of those lines, and this is even on a monthly, watching the 10. The 10 is cracking the 20, looking forward, and here we are, almost at the top, at the 100, 1209. That's a monthly. This is a weekly. I want to get you guys in on an hourly though. What I see is bearish divergence, kind of following this trend. But yesterday at the close, it did the exact opposite, and it kept going upwards. So what I want, this isn't necessarily a buy or a short. You are right in the middle. What I want to point out are these lines. This is a trend line that it has been following, and this is major support. The white line, gray line, whatever you want to call it. And here we did, kind of made a top, came down, back tested it, and made a confirmation, and off to the races are we. The next couple days will show us. I just want to show you guys, point this out because I seen it. The next one we go to is Jack, ticker symbol JACK, Jack in the Box. And this is the channel we have really been, if you had just been watching this one and playing the highs and the bottoms, even shorting this down to the bottom and buying it, I mean, this one stock alone, just being a great trading stock, could have made you a lot of money. But here we are, as of yesterday, on an hourly. No, this was Friday. Friday, we hit the top of the trend and we're coming back down. I'm not saying we hit the top of the trend, so short it. Short term, what I actually want to show you is, even in a 30-minute time frame, our 50 is coming up and passing our 200, which is actually bringing us back to the top of the trend. So short term, I think we're coming back up to the top and possibly even further. Just watching, you have to watch the price action. Got a lot of volume right here. That would have been a denial. A bigger portfolio selling on the way down. We don't have a buy yet. But that's what I see. Look, if you want to short it, wait for it to get back up here and then fail back down. So just short it now or don't. If you day trade, you can buy it now. I honestly think even on a shorter time frame, it would be headed back up. The 20 past the 50, bring the 50 back up. It would be a divergence, but it would go back up. Where after hours we're back up. That's what it was doing at the last 30 minutes or so of the day I was watching it. I just want to point this one out to you guys. If it comes back up here, it's going to absolutely be another divergent high. There's no reason it can't go up, though. I think Tesla and Bitcoin has showed us all that. Ticker symbol CHWY, CHWY. This is another one. I think it has to be in log scaling. This would have been your March lows, and riding them all the way back up. This is on an hourly, but this is a trend line. After it broke this major line, kind of created this one, and fall off the face Friday, I think it was. Here we are, we tagged this blue trend line, putting in an hourly divergence, lower lows, more momentum, and we rode this one back up. I wanted to show you this one. The 50, our 10's crossing down, yeah. I think this might have been one I wanted to short. On a shorter time frame, it's just down here. It actually broke its recovery from the bottom, and it burned through its bullish divergence. So if you wanted to play this one, momentum is picking up, but it's also falling off the face. So watch this one as a possible buy down here at 105. If not on a 1 minute, but on a 3 minute, this is one that I entered a short in because I saw it break. It came back up, didn't even try to back test, and now it's just continuing down. It burned through its any chance that it had to put in a bullish divergence to get in there. Had a lot of volume at the end, but I think it's at least headed down here. Again, a percent or two gain. In and out. Not a day trade, but a swing trade. Ticker symbol DE. John Deere. Got a bigger picture time frame right now. John Deere what I wanted to point on this one to you is because it is getting close right here to its top of the trend line. It's kind of right in the middle, but one more day of up and it will be at the top of its trend line, putting in bearish divergence, lower momentum high here in the RSI. Be the same thing if it curls over right here. Got bearish divergence in the MACD. We just got to wait for it to kind of get up here. 326 roughly would be a level to watch. Stocks, yes, stocks only go up, of course. Got earnings the 19th, which is a week and a half away. You know, we can continue this uptrend. If we fail here, we could come down and tag this trend line at half 304, but I see it going up to that 321. I see that being a good short opportunity unless we get a blow off the top in kind of every indice and stock that we can think of, because that's where we're getting at. We can't even short anything anymore at major support lines because everything is just out of whack. Okay, last one I have for you guys is ticker symbol PNIS, Pinterest. And this one, 2 days ago, it was off to the races. I want to show you this trend line that I caught all the way from the bottom. Catching its high ever since here. So divergent high, losing momentum. Okay, here we are starting to curl down. Tag the trend line, bounced. And this one day, it opened all the way up here. And it's just been coming down ever since. Get closer in on an hourly. I'll watch these. Still, the 10 crosses the 20. Bring you down to the 50. Even on the 30. It might hold at this 50 and go up. Maybe just to retag this. But I really see it headed down to this blue trend line. At least for a tag, then it could continue higher. I mean, that is a 10% drop from where we are now just to tag the trend line by the 22nd. So all of these are just my opinion. I thank you guys if you watched all of them. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just different trades I've been seeing throughout the day, ones that I want to enter, ones that I want feedback from you guys, and ones I wish I could enter. I wish I had enough time to even have a position in all of these, but I see an enter and an exit in all of them. But I can't necessarily enter all of them and exit all of them. Time that I have. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you would please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know. Want me to look at a stock that you want me to? I will. Late day. Be up early in the morning. You guys have a good night. Thank you.